My name is Kira Love, and I am a PMD Plus in Juice Plus. I've been with the company for 10 years, if we haven't met before. And today I want to talk to you about this major transformation that we are currently undertaking in the company with our upgrades to technology, which is super exciting. Now, yes, we are in the midst of major transformation, and what we know about human nature is we typically find a lot of comfort in what is familiar. So, not only are we in the middle of major change, but as with most major life upgrades, nothing goes completely to plan, right? And I truly believe that life is designed this way because it is through the unexpected, it is through resistance, it is through circumstances that are outside of our control that we actually experience the most growth and evolution. And in fact, these are often the times that truly sets leadership apart. So I want to speak to you about an important leadership quality that is really going to hold you through this transition. And it starts with the ability to have a zoomed out awareness, because our perspective is either our jail or it's our passport. And first and foremost, gratitude is the antidote to all suffering thoughts, even when things do not feel or seem ideal and we're experiencing moments of frustration. I'll put my hand up. I've had little moments of frustration when it comes to the new systems working efficiently, but I've also trained this muscle of zoomed out awareness and perspective and the skill of operating from my personal power so much that those moments are just seconds before I'm able to bring myself back into my power so that I can operate with efficiency and joy and excitement and vision inside my business, even when there's things that are outside my control that are not optimal right now. So first and foremost, I have been in traditional business before. And when I reflect back on that time, I can tell you that the technology side of things was actually one of the most painful, challenging, and expensive sides of the business. Any major tech, technology advance was super expensive, a huge investment that we could never quite afford. It never came with complete ease and efficiency. There was always a few things that didn't seem to work or took a long time to work out. It's just one of those things. And so right now I am sitting in so much gratitude that I don't have to worry about any of those things. So thank you, Juice Plus, for allowing me to run a business where all of the headaches are not mine to own. I get to just show up in my excitement and passion for the product and for helping people to lead a healthy lifestyle, and all of that messy stuff and expensive stuff I don't need to worry about. So let's return to a little bit of gratitude that we are part of a company that really wants to help us move forward. And in order to do that, we do need to embrace a little bit of change. And I know that one day in the very near future, we are going to look back in hindsight and we are going to be so grateful for moving with these changes. Now, the next big thing I want to talk to you about is circumstantial power versus uncircumstantial power. Now, Kimberly and I have done a full podcast on this topic before, so I'm just going to talk through a few key components right now, but you can always go and listen to that full podcast. Now, circumstantial power is where we are kind of operating from our little girl energy a little bit. And often this is what we call a victim consciousness orientation. So circumstantial power is choosing to lead yourself only as long as it feels good, as long as it's easy, as long as everything lines up and goes to plan, as long as it happens on the promised timeline, as long as there's all of the evidence to show what it's going to look and feel like, and you have that immediate gratification. Now, again, what we know about business is the timeline is never going to be exactly the way we planned, and your ability to hold and move with change and uncertainty and discomfort really really is going to be a reflection of your personal power and therefore your degree of success that you create here. So choosing to lead as long as everything is fixed in the next 24 hours isn't serving you first and foremost. Circumstantial power is also leaning into this addiction of self-righteousness. And I know that 10 years ago, before I started this business, this was a big one for me. I was so much more addicted to the story of being right than I was in just taking positive action towards change. So I know that things are feeling a little frustrating right now. Not everything is aligning as quickly as we would like it to be, but I really encourage you to focus on the actions that you can take that lead you forward towards the positive outcomes that you would love to see in your business. And don't worry about wasting any energy in the story of what you think it could be or should be or wish it should be, because none of that is actually helping you move forward towards change. Circumstantial power is standing still and waiting for others to lead and fix things. So you might find yourself having those moments of like, I'll wait for my leaders to do that, or I'll wait for head office to have everything in alignment before I'll show up and share our amazing products and services. And again, this is impacting you more than anybody else. So again, I encourage you to stand in your leadership, because you can lead yourself powerfully in this moment, no matter what is happening outside of your control. Circumstantial power is also only feeling safe as long as you can control the outcome. And again, this was huge for me in the beginning of my journey. And oh my gosh, life was so painful back then. Anytime there was something outside of my control, I would go into freeze mode because it didn't feel safe. And the truth of it is that I was placing my safety and my power outside of me. And this really limits your vision and your capacity to move. Because when things are outside of your control and you're placing your power on the thing that you cannot control, then this is going to create a lot of feelings of lack of safety within. Now, again, the antidote to this is actually moving within your power. And the more that I've chosen to move, even when there's things I cannot control, but I've chosen to focus on what I can control, which is myself, I've built this incredible internal strength of trust and safety in myself, no matter what. And that is honestly one of the most valuable gifts that I've given myself. So I encourage you, we have those moments. I've fallen into the moments of that victim consciousness and that storytelling and that self-righteousness, but I pick myself up quickly and I redirect myself and lead myself to how I want to feel, which is self-guided, self-trust, internally driven, no matter what. And that is always going to produce a much more positive outcome in your business and your life. Now, with circumstantial power, there's also this tendency to blame, shame, and justify your way through life, which really dilutes your potency and magnetism. Because what happens is we only have so much capacity as women, right? We only have so much energy to give during the day. And so often when we get trapped in these structures of thinking is we use up so much valuable energy, our resources, right? Our energy resources, they're wasted in dwelling in these attack modes, these problem mindsets. It's so depleting. And instead, we could actually be using all of that energy to simply take action, right? So rather than using our energy to expand problems, because what we focus on expands, and our imagined limitations, like I can't take action because not everything is working on the virtual office yet, right? We're expanding the limitation. And then we complain about our lack of results. I'm not having the month that, I thought I was going to have, or I've lost my momentum. But the truth is, if you had have spent that energy on continuing to be excited about sharing our mission and your story and connecting with others, then you would actually be drawing yourself closer to your desires with that kind of energy alignment, right? Using your energy to take the aligned action no matter what, you wouldn't be losing any momentum at all. So the energetic match for circumstantial power is mediocrity, right? So you become a match for your current reality rather than growth and expansion. And I know that this is not how you want to see yourself. Okay. So it's okay to drop into this feeling and this energy at times. As I said, I put my hand up, I've dropped into it for a few moments. But the exciting thing is that you get to lead yourself out of this and into your personal power. So let's talk about what that looks like. Uncircumstantial power is for the self-led woman, and she operates from this position of personal power on a daily basis. And this is true queen energy, and this is big business energy. So remember what I said at the start is these are the moments that really define true leadership. And I know that you want that for yourself, and you want to exercise that muscle and build the strength of that muscle day by day. Now, when you are operating from your personal power, you are in what we call creator consciousness energy, because you are understanding and you take full responsibility for your creations. You are the master creator. Okay. So you're taking full credit for what is working and what isn't working in your business. As I said, yes, the circumstance is not wholly ideal right now in the moment, but that is not defining your success of your month. You actually are. So the self-led woman is always practicing this self-awareness, and what I said at the beginning, that zoomed out awareness and perspective where she can see all sides all at once. And she's using this as a powerful tool for transformation to intentionally create pathways for change. And she's practicing this self-awareness without judgments or attachments to stories and outcomes. So without judgment to self or to what is happening on the external that's outside of her control. She's not wasting time dwelling on stories and expanding that negative thinking and feeling, which is going to take her out of action. So she'll see what she needs to see, and then she moves to transform. Not ideal, but this is what I can do to counteract this. This is where I can choose to place my energy so that I am in control of where I move from here. So essentially, she is always creating her next challenge, and she chooses to move towards her chosen challenge for the purpose of her continued growth and evolution. She says she's not waiting for life to create an opportunity for growth. She's choosing it. So this is my challenge to you in this moment. Is true leadership is able to pivot, and it will take advantage of moments that others see as a disadvantage. So yes, not everything is perfect right now. And again, nothing ever is. Okay, nothing ever goes to plan in business. And you are in absolute delusion if you think your road to success in any pathway, whether at this business or somewhere else in life, it is never going to be linear. Okay, there will be challenges and opportunity for growth along the way. Business is designed for our growth and evolution, right? So what I would say to you, my challenge to you is, and I believe true leadership would step into this and already are stepping into this, that in spite of the circumstance, I challenge myself to have the best month ever. I will be heard, I will be known, I will be on the timeline. This will not disrupt my momentum. I will control what I can control, and I'm going to show up fully no matter what. Okay, no matter whether it feels good, no matter whether it's all going to plan, no matter whether there's any evidence, because we're so obsessed with having evidence in order to feel safe. This is a whole new system. We have no evidence, right? We lean into faith rather than fear. We have faith. We're part of an incredible company that, of course, is going to deliver on an incredible system. But there's still that part of us that is innately human but there's no evidence, right? But the self-led woman, she doesn't wait for evidence. She becomes the evidence. And so you get to move powerfully and set the challenge for yourself that you're going to have the most incredible month no matter what. And that this is not going to disrupt the path that you were already on. You're not going to slip into and stay in victim consciousness that, oh, well, there's nothing I can do, because it's simply not the truth. And I love you too much to let you think that you can let yourself off the hook like that, and it's going to serve you and your future. Okay, I love you too much to let you think that you lack that much personal power. Personal power is energy mastery, and that's what I want for you. It's building the muscle to hold yourself and your vision in spite of the circumstances that are outside of your control. And this is the most express route to achieving success and the greatest growth that you were designed for. When you can move, even when there is no external validation, even when there is no real timeline of when everything is going to be working perfectly, which is probably never, because nothing is ever perfect, right? And even though things are unexpected, you will still stimulate your own energy, your own inspiration to keep moving with excitement. I don't feel motivated, or I can't do this because of A, B, and C outside of my control is not part of the self-led woman's vocabulary. Be awesome if I could say the words of vocabulary. Okay, so the self-led woman has also trained her mind to lean into that self-assurance that I spoke about before, that self-validation, that self-trust that you can move powerfully no matter what. And it's training your mind to see solutions and opportunities when things don't go to plan. I guarantee that Celine has had moments of frustration, but do we see Celine having maybe she's had a 1-minute pity party behind closed doors, right? We all do. We all have our little pity party moments. But what do we see Celine doing? Leading herself, leading the team, leading the company towards solutions. And that is true leadership. Okay, that is true leadership. So personal power is training your mind to put your energy into solutions, not problems. And it's truly the ability to find comfort in discomfort. Your ability to hold yourself and move with discomfort will define your level of success in life. Humans are addicted to comfort. And I believe in our Western culture, this is why we actually have so much, so many mental illnesses, because the human spirit needs to be moving towards potential in order to feel joy and fulfillment. And so when we stand still in this addiction to comfort, our level of fulfillment and joy diminishes. So training yourself to lean into discomfort is actually one of the most valuable gifts that you could ever give yourself, and the most rewarding and joy-filled. I know that sounds counterproductive, but if you can teach yourself to move right now powerfully in spite of the discomfort and the unknown, the rewards in that, the fulfillment, the sense of achievement is going to feel absolutely incredible. It will be invaluable to you, and it becomes a new feeling that you get to be addicted to, something that actually serves you. The other thing about personal power is the ability to walk with success and failure at the same time, because at the deepest level, we need both in order to actually understand what success feels like. We need both for growth and evolution, because in life, we either win or we learn, and we need both, right? You can't have win, win, win without an equal amount of learn, learn, learn. Life is duality, and it just doesn't work as the one-sided. And if it did, we wouldn't experience the highs of success and fulfillment. So make sure that you are training, again, that muscle of celebrating the failures just as much as the success. So we get to see the opportunities of learning and growth in this moment as well. Now, the last couple of things that I really want to share with you on this is a woman who is operating in her personal power is never waiting for flow and alignment. She creates it. She doesn't go along with the tone. Okay, so if there's a general sense and tone in your team, she's not leaning into that. She is setting the tone. Every day she's choosing the channel that she is going to tune into, and she is living vibe forward. She's creating the excitement. She's stimulating the vision for what is possible, because all possibilities always exist at the same time. What we focus on is what is going to come to fruition. So don't wait for flow and alignment. Don't wait for your leadership to set the tone. You get to do it for yourself and for your team. And understand that life is always mirroring your frequency. Okay, so use those valuable energy resources for elevating your frequency, for expanding your perspective, and really fine tuning your focus to match what you do want more of. So you get to set the tone, you get to set the pace, you get to set the vision, you get to set the focus on what you can control, which is how you hold yourself, how you move yourself, how you hold your team, how you lead your team and set the example. You get to expand your states of gratitude and excitement for the vision of what is to come because of these upgrades. And what is the real truth? When we look for evidence, because right now we have no evidence that the system works, we have faith that it's going to work, but we always lack evidence. But the evidence that we do have is that we are part of a legacy company that has a 50+ year proven track record of not only bringing themselves, the company, forward into the future, but making sure that they bring their partners along with them for that ride. And this is such a necessary transition for everybody's greater good, for the future of the company and for your future in the company. So trust the process, lean in and expand states of gratitude and excitement for what's to come, and lead yourself powerfully through this moment and your customers and your team, no matter what.